Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now in today's video, I've got something a bit different for you today. We're going to be going over the future of DAOs in 2022, where I think the market is heading for DAOs specifically. Now don't worry about this, I just made some notes or points for myself, which we're going to be covering in this video. But before we do get into the video, guys, make sure you do go ahead and follow me over on Twitter at JPKDefi. Trying to hit 5,000 followers over here, getting closer and closer to that. I also tweet out a lot about what projects you guys want me to cover, and typically the most popular ones, I do cover quite a few of those. So go and check that out if you are interested in seeing my Twitter and sort of, you know, getting the most up-to-date information. And also, if you're interested in joining the premium group, where there's a bunch of benefits, you can have access to my portfolio, see any trades that I'm making, to be the first place to talk about new platforms, tracks the price of Time, Jade, and other main DAOs. We've got daily calls every single day, which are pretty cool. You know, we had one yesterday actually, which went really well. There's quite a few of us in there just talking, having a good time talking about DeFi, crypto, non-crypto stuff, all that good stuff. So guys, go and join that up. I know a lot of you found that valuable, which is awesome. Different roles, people, future priority and giveaways, a lot more channels in my free server, guides on how to do certain things, private videos, giveaways. So I'm going to be doing a lot of giveaways in this group, giving back to you. So, you know, the earlier you get in with not a lot of people, the more sort of chance you have at joining the giveaway, right? And then you could potentially make a return on the entry price, right? And there's a lot sort of explanation of how it works. But anyway, that's enough of the plugging the premium server. Let's just jump into the video. So, and the reason I've done that, by the way, guys, is some of you don't know the benefits, and a lot of you have asked me to make a standalone video on it, and I'm not going to make a standalone video on it. I'm just going to mention it. There's a link down below to it in the description. But anyway, so DAOs in 2022 then. Where do I think things are going to be going? Well, I think right now is a very interesting time in the market. I know I use that term so often on this channel, and it just sums up the crypto space for me, right? Especially at this time right now in DeFi specifically, okay? These quote DAOs, and the reason I say quote DAOs, I'll get onto that in a second, are coming out left, right, and center. Now, this first sort of point I want to touch on is failed projects versus rug pull. Now, for example, when I first sort of, if I make a video on a project here, within the first like 5 or 10 minutes, if it's a DAO, or no, within the first like 30 seconds of me uploading the video, I'll go into the comment section, and there's like 5, 10, 15 comments of everyone calling it a rug pull without looking at the project, without knowing what the project is, because a lot of the time I'm the first place to talk about these projects, without knowing any information. And I understand why they do it, because, you know, historically they're sort of used to a lot of rug pulls in the DAO space. Now, we spoke a lot about this on the call in the private Discord server last night, and it was good to hear your guys' opinion, and a lot of you did agree with what I was saying, so I thought I'd put a video out just to sort of share my thoughts here. And there's a massive difference between a rug pull and a failed project and a failed DAO long term. Now, I can't remember what it was, but there was a node that came out. I think Juvia's Gem, shout out to him, I do watch his videos. But Juvia's made a video about adding up all these passive income in crypto in December, and he spoke about one of the nodes that actually failed project, and they put out an announcement saying they failed the project. This is what happened. And look, a lot of that does go on in crypto and in DeFi, right? Not every project can be successful. So what happens then? They put their project out. Okay, maybe their marketing isn't very strong. Maybe not enough trust is in there, or whatever the reason is, right? They just don't sort of the project fails, whether they fail to launch or whether, you know, they do launch and it fails. Well, that's one big thing, and I think a lot of that is going to happen in 2022, especially with these DAOs. And I think there's a lot of people that will come and create new DAOs that have a good track record, you know, tick all the green boxes for us, but there's not enough hype anymore. And I think that, you know, especially with the DAOs and all of these trends that are coming up in DeFi, these developers have to jump on it early, create their DAO, and get out there as soon as possible, because hype dies down. And look, you guys and myself are too used to rug pulls and scams now with the DAOs, that it's going to turn a lot of people away, even if it is a legit real project, which is unfortunate, but it's just how it goes, right? One sort of, you know, bad apple sort of ruins the bunch, you know. However, I do think that there's going to be a lot of rug pulls that, okay, I'm going to call it right now. There's going to be, and by the way, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. It's all just my own opinion. But I think there's going to be a lot of rug pulls that do still come out. Now, if you guys don't know what a rug pull is, pretty much the developer creates a project, probably a DAO in it, right? A DAO in this space, but it can be literally any project, whatever the trend is right now in DeFi. They'll create a project, a fork of something, copy the code of a successful project, rebrand it, and launch it. But they launch it with the intention of, after a pre-sale or after they launch and get a few $100,000, couple million in there, of then wiping out all the funds, taking the money, closing up shop, and running away. I think there's going to be a lot more of that going into 2022. Unfortunately, we're always going to deal with it in crypto until some sort of regulation comes in, which I do believe there's going to be some sort of regulation coming in probably within the next sort of 5 or 10 years, in my opinion. I don't know, but I do think that's going to happen, and hopefully that will stop a lot of the rug pulls. But going into 2022, there's going to be a lot more rug pulls coming out in crypto and in DAOs specifically. I do think that. Now, noise. Now, there's going to be a lot of, but one thing to just mention on that, the reason I brought this up is because there has to be, and everyone has to understand a differentiation between a failed project and a rug pull. Just because a project fails doesn't mean, I'm not trying to back them up. This is from a completely unbiased position, but it can, their projects can fail, okay? Projects can fail without scamming you, without rug pulling you. They could just fail, simple as that. And a lot of them do refund you if you did invest, through the liquidity that's involved, through the treasury. They sort of refund as many people as they can and all that good stuff. So there is a massive difference between a failed project and a rug pull, so it's important to understand that. Noise. Now, I do think that there's so many DAOs coming out, multiple per day. You want to understand, guys, like on Twitter, on Discord, I get DM'd probably 15, 20 different projects which are coming out per day, whether it's an NFT, play to earn game, whether it's a new DAO, new Tomb Forks. There's so many different projects coming out, and that's good, right? It means there's lots of opportunity. It's a good thing and bad thing. There's lots of opportunity, but there's too much opportunity, in my opinion, coming out in crypto right now. So, well, with these new DAOs that are coming out on these new platforms. So there's going to be a lot of noise with a bunch of projects still going to come out every single day. And then that goes back to our first point, that a lot of those are going to be rug pulls, and probably a large majority of that are going to fail their projects. Okay, it's as simple as that, because a lot of these developers that are coming out with these new DAOs are quite new, right, to crypto, and quite new to, well, not necessarily new to crypto, but new to developing, because they're jumping on the new hype. So even if it is a legit project, it could be an inexperienced developer, which could then in turn fail the project as well. So there's going to be a lot of noise and a lot of this happening there. Again, rug pulls, we're going to continue to see a bunch of rug pulls in 2022, in my opinion there, which is unfortunate. But there is a video on my channel here. If I can, let me see if I can bring it up quickly. There's a video on my channel where I go over red flags and what to look out for when looking at DAOs and new projects. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a video on the flip side of that, looking at the legit projects, okay, and looking at how to sort of do research on the legit project. So let me go ahead and find this video here on the red flags. Now again, yeah, here we go. Crypto scams, how to spot a rug pull. So guys, go ahead and check this video out if you haven't already. Crypto scams, how to spot a rug pull, red flags to look out for. So this was uploaded on the 23rd of December. So go ahead and watch this, okay? It's a pretty interesting video in terms of different red flags to look out for in crypto. So I think there's going to be a lot more rug pulls, okay? Longevity. So with all of that being said, the longevity of these DAOs, I think you have to look at, okay, let's see, for example, in terms of, and the reason I've got this up is just because I've just finished recording the Wonderland video, but in terms of Wonderland, you have to look at projects with a long-term perspective. Now, in terms of Wonderland, okay, Daniele nearly ticks all of the green flags, okay, in terms of looking at new DAOs and new platforms. But when I say longevity, I mean investing with the face that a lot of these DAOs, especially Wonderland and these legit DAOs, Olympus, etc., are long-term plays. Now, yes, they're paying out 83,500 APY, which comes out to like a couple of % per day in terms of APR. So it's compounding, of course. So yes, this is not sustainable, and I don't think Wonderland will be paying anywhere near this long term. Olympus is paying like a couple $1,000%, I think now. That's probably, that's more sustainable in my opinion. So I think there's a couple of things to look at here when it comes to longevity. If they're paying these APYs that are like, trillions or quadrillion %, those aren't, those aren't sustainable. And what's going to happen is that they're paying out so much that, you know, there's just so much inflation there, right? There's just so much inflation of new tokens coming in because of how much the APY they're paying. So they're shooting themselves in the foot. So when it comes to that, long term, the token price is just going to take a nosedive. And I think that's one thing that's happened here with a lot of these DAOs, and even Wonderland as well, is the APY is way too high. People are making so much gains on this that they're selling out, and hence the price of the token has delved like 80%. But again, longevity in terms of, look at projects that can sustain long term. That's where a lot of the compound interest is made, through long term investing there. So, you know, looking at APYs that are more sustainable and more legit really is a good sort of play there. So long term with these DAOs and longer term DAOs will work the best in the future. Legit DAOs doing as they say they are. So what I've seen a lot with these rug pulls recently is that they say that they've got a, you know, multi-million-dollar market cap, multi-million-dollar total value locked, but you follow, you know, you have a look at things, you have a look at the DAO and how the actual DAO works, and they're not doing anything that they say they are, or what a DAO, you know, an actual DAO is supposed to do. And so, you know, you can tell that they're sort of rug pulls or scams at that point, right? Because they're marketing differently to what they're actually doing to make the money. So just have a look and you know, make sure that the DAO is doing what they say they are. Now, in terms of this, follow the money. This follows into our last point above, in terms of, you know, legit DAOs doing as they are. Follow the money as well, because look, again, looking at some of these DAOs, a lot of the new ones say they have multi-million-dollar market cap, a lot of Twitter value locked, and all that good stuff. But follow the money. Look on the blockchain. Okay, look at the contract address. See what they're doing. See where the money's coming from, you know, and all that good stuff. And just keep an eye on that. So there we go. That's really what I think about 2022. I think there's going to be a lot more rug pulls, a lot of failed projects. I think there's going to be a lot of noise. But I do think there's going to be some longevity in terms of the platforms. And it's really just picking out the nail in the haystack. But look, that's what I'm here for. That is what the premium server's for. You guys are going to be the first ones to know when these platforms do launch. So, you know, if you're interested in the benefits, then go ahead and check this out. But of course, you know, the videos are free, and just watching the videos is enough support, and I appreciate everyone doing that. And look, you know, everything gets tweeted on Twitter as well, but it's just the premium group gets that information first. Then of course Twitter and Discord, and then of course YouTube as well. So, you know, all the free stuff is all there and all good. But thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Let me know what you think down below of the future of DAOs, and let me know what you think of my thoughts there. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on my next video. Peace.